Hey Dara, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing fine on this Wednesday. Gotta wait for other people to pop up. Music. There we go. Ah, there are the folks coming in. See Pedro, Block Creations, Turtle. Welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing fine on this Wednesday. Dara says I can only stay for 20 minutes. I have a job interview at 3 p.m. and I'm nervous as hell. Well, being a little nervous is good. Being too much nervous ain't good. Hope things go well for you. Hope you can get the job. I see Top Bow, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing fine on this Wednesday. Yeah, the only advice I can give you is just stay yourself. And if you know what you're good at and you know you can explain that to the job on the job interview, then that will be good. Yeah, it's a job interview for getting the job, right? Something like that. New job. I don't know in what country you are, but at least in certain countries they always ask you why you want to work there, something like that. You have to think about that. The more positive energy you can give the business, the more likely they're willing to wanting you. Electric engineering, wow. For the money. Well, there are some companies who actually joke about that. Once I had a job interview, it was more a job interview they did with a group of people, and everyone got hired in the end, but they were saying, why do you want to work here? And immediately they also made a joke besides wanting to make money, you know. Hey Tardis Blue, hey Ray Studio, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing fine on this Wednesday. Alright, within 3 minutes we're going to start off. I just want to make sure that enough people are here. Then first thing we're going to do is, well, we can do that actually right now, is I want to have a few new subjects because it's a new month. Last week we only had 3 entries, actually 4, but I was a little bit too quick. So we don't have any new subjects for this month. After we're done doing the subjects, I would like to have a small talk about the 30 minutes. There is a little confusion going on, which can happen. About making a startup file. But let's do that after the subjects. Yeah, you can just render and add it in. I mean, on the weekly and monthly. I'm not being too difficult. As long as the stream is alive before the voting, you can add yourself in, so that's fine. So I'm going to need to have a couple of subjects for next week and the week after that. So let's say, give me 5 things for the weekly. 6, I don't know. And after the voting is done, we're going to drop in the teams, and then you guys can choose which one you like the most. Alright, Cyber Animal is the first one, which is a very good one. Cyber Animal. Alright, give me another one. I'm pretty much bored today, but doing the stream is always fun, you know? By the way, I hope that the delay should be lesser. I put the delay on the least one. So the delay should be just a couple of seconds instead of 30 seconds or whatever. I can check the bar when it says this Blender Community Chill Stream. It's gonna hit right now at the left side. And onto my preview screen, it's going to hit right now at the left side, so I'll guess it is still 5 seconds delay, but should be better than normal, at least. Beyond Imagination, obviously I have no idea what it could be. Beyond Imagination. Producial Shading, I'm reading here. Beyond, wait, Beyond Imagination. Beyond. How do you write that? Beyond? That sounds wrong. Beyond. Why? Beyond Imagination. Okay, let's put that onto it. Beyond Imagination. Producial Shading. Future of Fighting Plane. Shall we do future, change that into sci-fi? I mean, future kinda sounds sci-fi. I'll guess, I'm not quite sure. Future, sci-fi. Well, let's keep the word future. It's for people themselves to figure out what they like to do with it, so that's fine. Future fighter plane. No, this is not 30 minutes, Erwin. How you... I want to talk about it 30 minutes just for a second, yes, but this is the weekly stream. The weekly. The daily is always on Monday. But we need for the weekly also a couple of ideas, right? And I want 10 ideas, and at the end of the stream you guys can vote on the best idea for next week. Alright, I got 5. I got 4 subjects anymore. Medieval. Medieval. Medieval is on the day of today. Sure. Anything else? Anything else? What would you call it if there is almost an accident to happen? Okay, steampunk machine. I'm thinking about something with accident that is to happen. So you need to make an art where an accident is about to happen. Or some of you might know the meme, like at this moment you knew you fucked up. Something like that. Like something is about to go wrong terribly. I don't know how to do a long word short, you know? Long story short. Block creation says something. Let me just put that in the translator. Seconds from disaster. That sounds very good. At least a little more understandable. But I still want to know what that means. Yeah, voorkennis. Voorkennis. Yeah, that word. It has something to do with accidents or nothing with accidents? Because even in Dutch I don't understand it. But I'm going to put seconds from disaster. I think that is a nice one. Disaster. Disaster, it says in German. Huh? Disaster, okay, there we go. My English isn't optimal too, but something on the word didn't felt very good, but it's a disaster with an I. Yeah. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Any more, or shall we just go with this? You know what, I'm still going to put in one multi-use vehicle. Don't ask too much about it, but yes. Alright, so that is gonna be that. I'm gonna put that in after the winner voting. So now I want to have a quick talk about the 30-minute stop that was happening. 9.5. Yeah, didn't I? No, I still didn't change it. It should be 11.5. The 0.5, you might already have seen what is up with that. Yeah, so about the 30 minutes. It's a shame that Outmind isn't here. He came up with it. So the whole point here is about making, you know, you can set up your light, you can set up your start file, as in, instead of putting it on Eevee, set it on render, cycles. You can add in a plane for the ground or an HDRI. You know, just set it up already so you only have to model, maybe add the materials to it afterwards or whatever. And it was a little bit unclear if you can do materials before starting the 30 minute. Now, I haven't said anything about materials in here, so you could just make some materials. Now, you can spend 3 hours making materials, which is up to you yourself. Let me see. So I did set make a basic start save file with light setup. I'm going to ask you guys, would you think materializing should be that too? I mean, in the end, you still spend a lot more than 30 minutes of time. 3D Bubble saying he used like basic materials. The same actually goes for me. I'm using some basic start file too, including some material, because every time it is just repeating work of adding the same materials, using the same sliders, and it has actually nothing to do with making a different model, because modeling is every time different. You have to make every time something different, so it is not very a repetitive thing. So just to make it a little bit more clear what I mean with that, for people that don't understand, this is my basic start file right down here. Alright, if I put it on colors, you can see in the background I got some basic materials done. This just gives me you know, basic materials like I've got down here. If I need to do it each and every time, it's just a repetitive work. Like, look at all these colors. It is just putting the sliders up or down each time the same time, and this doesn't allow me to focus 100% on modeling or, you know, stuff like that. So would you guys think, would it be bad to include materializing before the 30 minutes, or should it be included into 30 minutes? That makes any sense. I mean, lights are allowed. It is basically the same too. Unless you want to have special lighting, you still have to mess around with your light. Sometimes I do need to have different colors, so I'm going to need to copy this. I am going to need to, you know, make it more darker or lighter. I don't even got brown in here. Every time I need to make brown. But if I want to do texturing, I will probably, you know, just be a smart ass. And, you know, I'm just going to do this. And just press Ctrl-Shift-T, and I'm just going to add a whole bunch of stuff. You know, it's just like... marble, 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 and I'll just do this, and there you go. I got it all set up, so... You know, it all depends on what you do with it. But rendering is within. No, rendering is not within the 30 minutes. It says the 30 minutes starts when you open the program until you hit render. So render is not included into it. Compositing, you can do as much as you like afterwards, because I want people to learn compositing. the whole point also of the 30 minutes is to force yourself to learn shortcuts, to learn to add modifications. And I notice over time, the more I join up 30 minutes, the faster I can model, the more I can add to my model. And so you can't exceed the last time it was. Huh? I'm getting a little confused what you say. No, making your own textures is also not included. Yeah, the 30 minutes stop when you hit render, yes. So maybe I need to add a little description saying that 30 minutes is actually all about learning to quick model and learning to make a save file for yourself, learning to find reference images which can save you a lot of messing around to make things look realistic. You know, as in realistic shapes, which says it down here. Yeah, maybe, you know, like 30 minutes is all pure about modeling. Modeling, and of course adding the material to your model also have to be done in 30 minutes. I might need to make a 0, and at the 0 I'm describing what 30 minutes exactly is and what you will have to learn for yourself. Maybe that is a better idea, so that people understand it's about learning how to model quick and how you can save time for yourself by not doing repetitive things over and over again, which can be saved by making a basic start. Stuff like that. I don't know, I just needed to share that because I do agree that materials is just a repetitive thing. You don't learn anything new with it. Alright, that was that. I think most people just agree with that, so let's go to the entries. Alright, I have chosen for Microdetails. Now, Microdetails, you can go very deep as in bacterial stuff, but I was more referring, which I put it into the description, as in fingerprints, scratches, little hair, or something else you can come up with. And yeah, I think Sergey, our first entry, did a very good job on that, as in Microdetails. I think this snow looks incredibly perfect. Very good. I also like the footsteps. The print of the footsteps are very good with the shoes. But the snow looks amazing. I don't know if you guys agree with that or... The only thing that might be missing to improve this is having little chunks of snow, which if you step into the snow, you know, some snow might fall on your boot, and if you lift your foot up, you know, some snow might fall off. It's a little clean on that. Maybe that could be a thing. Anything else? It looks really nice though. The snow just perfect. The footprints are perfect. It just needs a little bit more messy here and there, I guess. I'm also not sure. I'm thinking about the last time it snowed down here. Like, it was very white. But the scenery here gives me an idea that the clouds are clear and that the blue light is shining through, and which gives it some parts a little bit more darker than other parts though. But I couldn't do this without learning how to do it. So more chunks of snow flying around when you lift up your feet for more realism. Anything else, if you guys have any critic on this, beside that it looks good, and drop it down in the chat. Then we're gonna go to Pedro type. Some fingerprints and little damage to the balls. I'm glad these are your balls that are damaged. Now the only thing that I already have to say about this is I like this idea of damaging balls, as in materialized balls. You can see a little bit of damage here and there onto the balls. The only thing that is a little bit bad to see is the fingerprints. I get a little bit the idea that this white stuff looks like clouds in the sky. I don't know if you got the same. Maybe it's because the ball is very small. It might have been nice if there was one ball that was very large right down here, so we have a more of a close-up view of this one ball. I did take a look at this already, and I believe in the Hall of Fame Extra when we did the Lego. As you can see, you need to be pretty much lucky to actually see the fingerprints really good being on there. I believe these fingerprints are on all of these blocks, and you need to have a perfect angle. Like here you can see it a little bit, here you can see it a little bit, and this one very well you can see the fingerprints, but for this one you cannot see it at all. So it also depends on the angle, depends on the light, the colors, that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is at least, I would say, 2-3 balls big. It's a lot better visible. And I think with this one, a larger ball could do the job a lot more. But the small scratches and stuff, I can pretty much imagine that, seeing it like so. I see Sergey at the stream. Welcome, hope you're doing fine on this Wednesday. Yeah, that's very good. Then we get one of Ray, and I wonder if this is Erwin, Sunny Ray. I'm not quite sure though. Saying this took me days to create. Hope I win. Well, let's take a look, right? Let's take a closer look. Well, maybe there is something we haven't seen about this. One thing I do have to say that this person used a very good resolution for texture painting. There are a lot of people still, when they do texture painting, they choose the low resolution, 1024 or even lower, and they get this very jiggly type of outlines on the texture paint. So that is at least a good job, alright, very good. Anything else, not very good. It has nothing to do with Microdetails. If you've spent days upon days on this, then you have a lot to learn though. Yeah, but points for the texture painting resolution though. That's very good. Very nice. Let's move on. Then we have this one, and this is the first one where I believe Sergey or 3D Bubbles was saying something about the rust. Yeah, I don't know which of the person was it, but one of these figurinos said, I see very little rust on certain spots, like edges. Of course, this is a very much random rust onto it. I'm very bad in texturing. I can imagine on this edge down here, there should be rust pretty much all on this inside and lesser on this side, because you know you have soft hands and yeah, stuff like that. The one thing I do like about this entry is the dust on it. And I was looking for a dust tutorial, and I came at Andrew Price dust tutorial, and he explains it very well, how you can add dust on only the top surface of models. That's very nice, right? Alright, very good. This is of Blender Tools 12 and 13, in case you can see it. That is actually it's very simple. But one of the person that said about the rust, he's very right about it. Alright, then we're gonna go to one that is amazing, but there is still something that I disagree with. Besides the complaint about the rust, it's not my thing though. This one is of Berkelmeer. Flake, rust, dust and smudges. Flakes. I guess these are the flakes, right? Like it's flaking off. I had to look very well. First I thought this guy here was holding a swan. Because I thought it was a swan neck and a head. But it's a horse and just a guy, and I think it's very clever how it's in here, very rusty, and the glass material is nice. So let's take a look. He said flakes. I'll guess this is like flaking off, right? He says rust. There is definitely rust in here, and I think the rust looks very good. There is some rust down here, looks very good. There is rust here, looks very good. So far I can look at it, very good. Dust. Now we have to take a good look at the dust though. I don't know if I really see dust on this thing. Maybe it's fading away because the glass material hides it away, or maybe also the use of denoise it away. I see something down here though. But yeah, it should be a little bit more visible on this head side though. Yes, and smudges. I have no idea what smudges are. Is that just, you know, like I do see something like this down here, like a massive fingerprint. There's something going on here. So the only thing that I do not like about this is actually the grey out background. It could be definitely something else. Maybe like a stone wall or something that would fit in with the colors of the rust. And maybe the light could be like this. This here would be a perfect light source for this one, having like a nice thing or round, or maybe a tiny touch warm orange in there, not too much, unless it's studio light, of course. Anything else? Yeah. Maybe the wooden texture could use a little bit of depth though. Looks very flat. The texture on this one looks very nice. The rust texture looks nice, and this just looks amazing. Very good. So yeah, very good. Welcome 3D Bubbles, hope you're doing fine. You are late, not too much, but a little bit. Raf says the lettering is done very nice, well thank you. Worked out pretty well. Yeah, this is a very nice entry though. I wish the dust was a little bit more visible. Andrew Price does explain in his tutorial if you know, a way how to make the dust more visible on items. And yeah, my only thing is just to gray out the background, make it something like stone or wood or fitting with the style of this old stuff and the light. Alright. Should I go back, collect what I missed? Did you? Oh, you can do that after the stream or else you will miss even more. Then we have Top Bow. I made my phone with extra dirtiness. Oh god. Alright, so speaking about angles, this seems to be a very good angle. The light source is coming from that way, which makes the prints very much visible. I also see a little bit of scratches going on, even though it feels like it needs to be a lot more sharper. Just a little bit more sharper. I got my phone here. Yeah, it has like one big crack on it in the protective glass. But yeah, the angle of the light is good. Fingerprints are very visible, so that's very good. Just little sharp scratches. Maybe the light is a little too bright on the wood though. Just give it maybe a slight lesser light or something. Maybe a little orange in here could do. Unless you have studio lighting going on. The phone itself looks good. You got some smooth edges down here. Those are also micro details. I like the little holes in here for the speaker or box. Speaker. Yeah, the speaker. Was it good? Why says the title 11.5? Well, this is not really a complete entry. It is an entry, but that's why I count this as a 0.5. Topal said I used a lot of depth of field, but I think it was better without it. It is difficult to see depth of field. I think the depth of field would really work if you have like maybe a little ladybug onto your phone, like in the middle, and then use depth of field to, you know, have the whole surrounding blurred out and just to complete focus on the ladybug on here, or maybe a crack, which looks very arty for some reason. Yeah. But you want to show the fingerprints, you want to show the scratches. So yeah, the depth of field might be a little too much on this one. But very good idea, very good lighting, makes it good visible. Then we have one of Ray's studio having a good time at the beach. I found this ring. Experts said this ring belongs to mermaid princess. Based on the research, whoever found this ring will be married with the princess. This doesn't make any sense. Skip the damn story. Alright, very good. But at least your story is not boring me. I'm bored the whole day. Like, you have some days you're like, I don't feel like I don't want to do anything, even though you would like to do everything, and then you just start up a game and then you're like, okay, never mind, let's uninstall it again. But your story is entertaining me. Now, I have been, you know, I keep an eye out on the chat so now and then, and someone was saying, which I didn't think about, that if this is a gold ring, gold wouldn't rust. Now, of course, this can be a part of the story that this gold ring is actually fake gold. Could be. Maybe this ring has been in some kind of a material some kind of a liquid, and the liquid went, you know, hard on it, and gave it a very strange type of deal. But besides that, I like the story with it. Maybe what you could have done is just make the golden ring gold and shiny, and just add this stuff on it as a type of a liquid, or maybe learn the dust tutorial, and instead of having white dust, make it so that it looks like sand laying on the top of it instead of dust. But yeah, I'm glad you're back, Edwin. I'm glad you are here to learn and entertain us again. You scored in the top 20, position number 3 last year, so you do know Blender, and you should keep continuing doing that. I once was messing around too with with this stuff. Let me just see. This goes way back in August 2018. I was apparently messing around with textures and bumpiness and water. And then slowly I added a ring too. You know, it doesn't look very goldish, but for some reason I kept in mind that it's gold and a pearl, and I just made like different type of ideas here, and just messing around. Certain things look better than other things. Yeah, I could have just added in little particles of mud on it or sand just to give it a little micro detail. I think I like this one the best, by the way. Yeah, you can do that too if you like to, of course. Alright, I like this bracelet. It's actually copper ring. Oh, copper could do too. I mean, it makes it into an interesting story though. Yeah. Alright, then we're gonna go to Carhawk. That's a new name. He says, it got so bad so fast. Here is a result of countless try for nice producial weathered effect. Pretty sure this could be done with plain old noise texture. Sometimes when you mess around a little too much, it even can go worse and worse. It can happen. And this thing I have to say straight away is that I think this weathered effect looks a little bit too much zoomed out or zoomed in. Wait, what? The details are a little bit too small for my feeling. It needs to be a lot bigger, unless these bolts or whatever it is are very massive. Yeah. If anyone in the chat can explain it better, then drop it down in here. But for some reason it feels like that. It's way too small for this. I wonder if you've modeled these bolts yourself. If so, you've done a very good job. Of course there are add-ons, but I'm not going to immediately think that you've done this with an add-on. It's a very good practice. Try to model bolts because they feature all kinds of difficulties. The only thing that I'm gonna say, if it's about the model itself, that this plus needs a little bit of a bevel. These edges feel a little bit too sharp though. But anything else, it looks really, really amazing. Very good. Yeah, the weather effect a little bit bigger, a little bit lesser details, and then I think it will look good, more good, something like that. There is something with it though. As I look at this, the model seems like mirror. Mirror? Mirror. Okay. Chris Cornelissen, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing fine on this Wednesday. Busy with daily stuff. That is very good. I'm glad you are enjoying yourself. Let me just copy this and whether it affects bolts. I'm just wondering. Okay, there are a lot of fake renders and stuff. There are bolts that are very rusty. Whether it affects, what is this, metal or aluminium? Aluminium. Whether it affects. It all seems so overdone for some reason, because maybe it is because the metal is too shiny. Like, get over here. I see a lot of rust. Like, maybe it is too shiny. Like, here you can see very much the effect, I guess. It's difficult to search for this. Okay, you can see that the spots are already a lot bigger though, but yeah. Let me know in the chat what you think about the bolts. Maybe it's the shininess. Could be. Alright. Doesn't look natural as a whole, yeah. Maybe more displacement. Okay, very good. Drop it in, guys. Too clean to be dirty. Something like that. Try sky effect metal if there is. Me? Huh? Yeah. Let's go to 3D bubbles. I made a high detail popping animation of 3D bubbles. It was a lot of pain to render 180 frames at the average of 7 minutes per frame. Oh boy, it's gonna be 3 seconds clip. Okay, that looks nice. Let's move on. No, let's be serious here. I love the prisma effect onto the bubble. Looks very good. I am going to search for a bubble because you really want to have you know, critic on this. I'm trying my best each time again. How do you call this? Pop bubbles? Bubbles, oil, blow bubble? Ah, there we go. So I'm going to take that you have used reference images. So let's take, for example, this reference image. Look at the effect. Yeah. Okay, the effect might need a little bit of stripes, it looks like, or maybe in overall bigger. I'm just gonna take a couple of them. Yeah, this is a nice one, very clear. So I think what's happening here is that you got a lot of smaller spots of this effect, while it seems like that the effect should be a lot bigger in overall. You see that with a lot of these pictures, no matter which one you choose, that it's one effect. Kinda, sorta. This is a weird one. Yeah, unless the bubble is all wobbly, it looks like. This one is very nice. It seems to be an overall effect of one big one, unless it's very bubbly. Yours does seems very round. Also, the light effect on this bubble, this down here seems to be not 100% reflective. I'm just gonna purely take reference image to judge on this one. Yeah, this light effect here needs to be a lot more cleaner. Alright. And I also want to see how the bubble pops. I think the way how it pops is very good. I also like the small splashes coming off. That's very good. If you want to give it some extra, I guess, you could have just leave a little bit of splash effect behind. So a second layer, yeah, with small pops, leaving it behind there. This one looks fake for some reason. Yeah, a second layer. But these splashes, there are some available down here, which is very good. I like the way how it seemed to, you know, it goes together. You know, the whole edge around. There is some splashes coming off, but it needs a second layer. Maybe a finger down here, or a sausage, or you know, anything that pops it. Just extra. But I think it's very clever how you've done that. Am I right a little bit, guys? Am I right about this light effect and the overall Prisma oil or whatever it is, that it needs to be more one part though, instead of small little spots. But I like it though, very good, very nice. Okay, I would like to see an improved bubble into the on topic to see what you did with the feedback. Then we're gonna go to the Ninja Raccoon. It's a golden cross part. Alright. Microdetails. What is that? What is this weird white stuff around there? Beside the weird white stuff, I see a lot of stuff happening in this one. There is like dents in here, as it, you know, it fell on the floor or has been hit. So big dents. I see small little scratches and small little dents. Like this piece has been handled a lot by a priest. It was angry on the children that didn't want to cooperate, you know, and he just threw this thing through the room. Frustrating. Yeah, a lot of detail on this one. A lot. Now next level would be very visible fingerprint, like a very big fingerprint on this one, with a certain light effect on it to make it even more detailed. But yeah, this is one heck of a piece though. Yeah, it's clearly been used, yeah. That is one thing for sure. It's a very good one. You can also make 3 little frames, like one frame that the bubble is in the air, another, well maybe 2, another frame where the bubble is popped at the half of the progress. Could do too. Yeah, but this is a very nice one, very detailed. A lot of yeah, handling on this guy. That's very good. The next time, get rid of this white stuff. Just make one nice frame, unless this is my browser, but no, I don't think so. I just want to check it out. I don't want to be wrong about this, you know? Yeah, it is definitely added. You can see it down here, but there's no fitting right now. Never mind. Alright. I think it's because there's a transparent outside. Something is happening with that. You can see it by the distance between the picture and the emojis is not complete, while it's complete everywhere. Very good. Then we have one of creation by Chris. Diamond versus Ruby. The diamond inner glow lights up that dirty print on it. People were wondering, or maybe one person, oh excuse me, two persons were wondering what the heck he meant with this. I see what's going on with this one. And so first of all, the emerald and the diamond are apparently crashing together, point by point, like two planets in the universe creating the Big Bang. And apparently the light what comes from a top, seems like, or here or there, is creating this little thing down here. I only wish that it would be a little bit bigger to see, so lesser stuff on the side here and more focused on the actual thing happening. That maybe the piece of dirt would be a little bit bigger, just a little bit, because it seems like there's a lot of things happening here. Okay, you need a little bit of the bottom, but this here is the focus, right? And I wish I could zoom in and see this a little bit clearer, or get a better idea of the little fragments blasting off from it. But I get the idea here, and I think it's a very cool idea. I also like that for some reason this gem has a little bit of something going on into the gem itself. Yeah, and if you want to go even more nuts, a diamond should have somewhere a prisma effect. But it is something new to learn, and you are very likely to forget about that. I've been reading that somewhere when someone was showing that. For whatever reason, I was looking for that. So yeah, here we have a very good example, which is done with Blender apparently. So you have the red value, IOR, green and blue, and then apparently it just created this little prisma effect here at certain spots. It just give it a little bit of extra detail to the diamond, making it a little bit more realistic. But your idea overall, I really like what I'm seeing here. I like the scene happening. I also like the little spot here. Yeah, even though I wish it was a little bit bigger though, because it looks good. 3D Bubble says just trivia, diamond is the hardest at room temperature, but beyond 250 degrees Celsius it easily starts reacting, and hence it's really bad for making tools. Outmine says, I like how the collision is realistic. Diamonds are harder than rubies, so the ruby would be chipped. Yeah. Just to finish it off there. Very good. Don't always have to be too serious. Alright. Then we have one of Tardis Blue. I hope I'm not going backwards, and I think it was funny that he showed like his example somewhere. Oh, fingerprints on the inside. There we go. Physical dust. Okay, I didn't even notice that. It's just overall like hard particles and mineral. What it says here. Oh yeah. I did see the stuff on here though. Is that not the same? Like what is so visible here? I mean, you made a perfect render window for this one. Like, that is what you should do. Trying to focus only on this stuff. Everything else is not important. Yeah. This is amazing. I like how you present this picture. That's very good. Maybe you should have done something like this. Like, this should be your entry. Maybe a bit bigger, of course, and not with this stuff out of focus. Very educational. Very good. So yeah, I thought it was funny. Titus Blue posted this picture and then someone thought it was real. I don't know where it's at. I thought for a second this was the real render though. I was like, wow, that is amazing, but apparently that is not the real render. I hope I'm right about that, because this is the real render, which looks pretty much less amazing than the whole picture there, but it is Blender Fish is realistic. I think it's still pretty impressive with the shapes going on. It's very good. I like the tone effect on this is very good. The tone effect on the mirror is very good. I believe most of the time when this happens, it actually happens on the back side of the mirror, because it's some kind of a foil attached to the mirror glass. There are scratches here and there visible. There are multiply effects going on. It would only be nice, once again, alright, if you could have been using Andrew Spry's dust tutorial to even add a little bit of extra dust on the top. Then you have like pretty much almost everything, maybe a few fingerprints on it, then you have the whole show in once, what everyone has been doing. Of course, if this is wood, there will be no rust, but yeah. I think it's amazing. For the people that are wondering about the tutorial of Enterprise, it is a very short tutorial. I believe it's only 5 minutes or so. Here is a link. Open the link, save up the page, take a look at it. I mean, it's very cool to add this to your work. When he's going to combine the textures together, you might think like, hey, he already made like a an extra texture or an extra material node. Just ignore that and follow what he says about downloading his dust texture, and you know how to add that stuff. Downloading is just clicking on the link and it opens a new tab, and there you can just save it as. Get what I'm saying here? Very good. So this is the texture. Very simple, you don't have to log in anywhere. Just in case someone is wondering about my texture setup though. By the way, this mirror, very good. It looks amazing. I don't know what else to really add to this, any other than the dust and the fingerprints. It looks very nice. Maybe the wall could be more detailed, but yeah. Very good. If I don't have too much to say about things, that just basically means you have done or a very good job, or it's not too much interesting. In this case, the job is done very well, so let me see, I'm trying to search for something. Where is it at? Blender Daily Weekly Microdetails. Open it up. I just want to show you my whole texture setup, or the node setup. Oh god, stop doing that. So here's my whole node setup. The only thing that is yeah, what is that? This? Huh? Oh wait, I need to select this one. Look what a mess! Holy shit, that is a lot, ain't it? Outmine says it looks more like wood than brush to me. Oh. Well, it doesn't look wood to me either. I don't know, it looks like brush to me indeed, or some kind of a metal type of deal, or... I don't know, it doesn't look very woodish. Yeah, here's my node setup. So the thing that is actually for the dust tutorial is this deal down here. This is for the dust tutorial, and then this is the texture, which you can you can download, and that is connected via this down there. I don't know if I can get the effect on it though. I'm a little bit afraid. Let's put it on GPU, maybe. So this is without, oh god, this is without the rust. Of course, cycles add in a lot of dust, but this is without the base material though. All right, very good. Have to show off a little bit, right? In this case, we're going to vote for winners. After that, you can vote for the new team for next week. In this case, let me add in... yes, down there. Do I need to add this Ray 32132? I mean, it's up to you guys. If you guys massively start voting on this one, I will quit. Yeah, so far, if I look at all the entries, everyone has been doing a good job on his or her own way. I had something to say about each and every entry, as in a compliment and or maybe a critic point. So that's very good. Everyone has some feedback. And I didn't only left it with nice and move on. Mr. 3D Bubble, I spent extra time and attention to your entry. I even spent time and attention to the joke one, so very good. Alright, so I got all the names. Let me first give me some time to drop this stuff in there. Person that votes on Ray 3231 is gonna be banned, so it is up to you. Erwin says, okay, I'm gonna leave for a while and vote in Discord. That is fine. Thank you, Erwin, for joining up and entering the competition and being here. Glad to have you back, and I hope you will keep coming back. also with entries. Alright, you guys can vote. Yeah, too many good entries and one bad one. I'm not talking about the one of myself, of course. Have to be a little bit confident, right? You guys vote first, of course. I will only, well, a draw doesn't actually matter anymore, but I will try to no, let me just wait and see. I'm just gonna go to the weekly and judge on what people have instead of just looking at the winners. It would be a better option. Oh man, this one is so amazing. Like the lettering on this model, the dust on it, holy smokes. Okay, am I gonna go for snow details, damaged balls? I wish there was like a cat face just peeking around the corner of this wall. I don't know why. Can hear those footsteps cracking in the snow. Hi. Which person has the best micro details? I wish this one had dust on it and maybe fingerprints, then it would be the ultimate collection of micro details. I wish this one would be a little bit more sized out. This one is good except for the strange outlining. Could use a little bit more like dirtiness on it, as in dust or fingerprints or anything else than dents and scratches. This one is very nice, but I wish it had the complete bubble effect. But it's a good idea though. This one, something is wrong with it. I think it's too clean to be dirty, something like that. This one is an idea, but I'm missing maybe sand on top, or maybe partly shiny gold and partly just dirt on it. Would be a good idea. This one has good fingerprints, only the scratches are not like high detailed, or yeah, the scratches need more detail. I do like this part down here though for some reason. It almost feels like this speaker has some dust on it. Air dust. This one is very nice. I don't like the background and the light could be different, and maybe, I mean, I wonder how the horse and the guy looks like without the ball at all. I think it sells, the statue itself looks amazing already. I think it's also the best looking part of this whole picture. Looks so good. Flaked off painting and the rust, and the model looks nice. Yeah, it's not too much interesting. Besides, the dust is very fancy though. This one, yeah, very good resolution painting. Yeah, this one, like I said, I wish there was like a bigger object in here showing off a little bit more of the, he said, fingerprints. This one is very good though. The material looks super nice, but I just wish there were like small little chunks that came off the feet while walking. It looks a little bit too clean, but the snow material looks absolutely amazing. It's difficult. I just want to have a closer look at this one. I type in older. Well, basically, not that one. I mean, the original reference image doesn't even show the effect of this black stuff. But I know for sure it's a really good detail though. Like this, oh shit. This torn down effect on the back side of the mirror. That's very good. Yeah, this might be on purpose though, but hey, we have another one of these. Yeah. Okay, I need to choose between. The point is, I really like the mirror itself having so much detail, while people are very pretty much eager to keep it always clean, like 100% clean. I think that's a very good detail, and I just really love the statue into this thing. I feel like it needs to be free. I want to see it how it looks without this, because it looks absolutely amazing, super high detailed, very good. It's a shame the beauty is getting covered by dirtiness. Okay, I've decided that the music should go to the next page. Good. Alright, let's take a look here. Just wondering what people have done between Berkelmere and TARDIS Blue. Yeah. Top Bow says, what kind of ninja would he be? Oh. I'm gonna go for TARDIS Blue. Just because this is actually, I think, one of the first mirrors I have seen from anyone ever making it into Gapit 3D or making it for the WDSA, where it has this very good effect on the back of it, like this old rumbled effect on the back of the mirror. I mean, people have been making mirrors with water drops on it, like in a shower area or whatever, but I've never seen that back area being scratched and crumbled off though. I still, like I said, I'm wondering how this Berkeley statue looks like without all of this stuff. Just the statue. It's probably amazing. This doesn't mean that other people haven't been doing a good job, because Microdetails is difficult, and it is one of the things people are always struggling with. Always making everything look so clean. Of course, texturing is very easy, but yeah. I mean, easy texture it is. Making it look special is an art of its own. Yep. Can we even have 2 people in the first place? Yeah, that's possible, sure. It is possible. The only moments when the draw needs to be revoted is actually the 30 minutes, because it can only be 1 per day. But at the weekly, monthly, it can be multiplied. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not, right? Let us be special. So Tar is blue. I'm going to... You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to add in the team voting or subject. And then I'm going to take a look at the winner. But so far it looks like Tar is blue as the one. Alright, subject voting. We're going to have a cyber animal. Producial shading. Something that is beyond imagination. World peace or something. Future fighter plane. It's gonna be a lot of fun, I guess. Just medieval. Try to make medieval look special. Steampunk machine. Seconds from disaster. So make something that is pretty much about to go wrong any second. Or a multi-use vehicle. Ever seen a vehicle that looks like a garbage truck and a what is it called? Shit. That vehicle where you pick up dead people with. It's disturbingly though, but sure. Alright. You can vote on your team. Then at this moment I'm going to decide that Tar is blue is the #1 winner. Congratulations. Tar is blue. Congratulations on winning the first place with weekly Blender competition with the subject Microdetails. The second place winner is 3D Bubble, as well as Sergey Maslov. But Mr. 3D Bubble, I'm going to need to have a render for the Hall of Fame. So make sure you take the best render. Make sure you take the best render from your animation. Don't make a new one, because that will be cheaty. Just make one from your current animation. The best moment, and send it to me so I can add it to the Hall of Fame. And then on the third place is Ninja Raccoon and Berkeley. Berkeley is very good, but he cannot always win the top place. So far, Berkeley is the only one that is actually, I believe, on the top of the 30 minutes, the top of the weekly, and on the top of the extra, so yeah. Okay. Sure. Meanwhile, you guys are still doing the vote. Let me just 3D bubbles, you take care for your render. If you can right now, if not, then let me know. When can you have your render done? Just one frame. Because I need to wait with adding it. Hello, 3D bubbles. Contact to planet bubbles. Let me see, I can already do the other ones. Just gonna save them up. And I will add the winning points, only the Hall of Fame. I need to wait for 3D bubbles. When the bubble has popped, I'm gonna add them to the Hall of Fame. Sergei Maslov. Ninja Raccoon. Well, why need to sync a frame? Do I need to re-download the whole MP4 file and upload it again? I mean... Oh god. Oh, okay, you know what? Never mind, I will just do it like this then, that's fine. It's just... I don't have any nitro, so if the file is too big, I cannot upload it again. Just keep that in mind. And did I do Ninja Raccoon? Can't remember. Fuck's sake. There we go. Ninja Raccoon. And Berklemere. There we go. And I need to do something extra for 3D bubbles. Just 2 MB. Okay. Let me see. Downloads. Frame 1 to frame 180. Alright, interesting. 7 seconds. 720 by 900. 24 frames a second. Ah. Okay, let me see. Need to put that in live stream stuff. Winners Weekly. There you go. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I got it all. Let's see what you guys have in mind. What you like to do. Someone has voted on my idea. Who is that? Ah, Raf. Okay, thank you. Everyone voted. I mean, 10 people watching, 5 votes. 2 people would like to go for a steampunk machine, and 2 people would like to go for producer shading. Ay, caramba. If I do multi-use vehicle, on your choice. It doesn't say I cannot vote on myself. I should have placed it somewhere, right? If not, then it would be bullshit. I didn't add in the votes, or did I? Only 1 vote. Okay, that's very bad. I mean, I need to update that kind of stuff. It only counts, by the way, for the entries. So I'm going to update this on my paper. Vote here, this places up the emoji only. On your choice, 1 vote per person. No voting on your own entry. There we go. I've updated it, very good. Oh, now I can vote on my own, very good. Okay, we got 4 people for the steampunk machine. You guys are really punk. Yeah, sure. Steampunk. Machine. If you need any ideas, you can, you know, use Google Pictures as always. Most of the time, steampunk is like copper, brass, a lot of gears, leather, this kind of stuff. Old school, I guess. You can go for clocks. You can go for this, that, this, or that. Or that. That's really cool though. Chicken tank. You get the idea. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to take a steampunk machine. I'm going to make a announcement right away. After the announcement, I'm going to add the winners to the Hall of Fame, and I'm going to add the winning points to the winning system, which basically means people that would like to go and not miss out on anything, you can actually go if you like to. If you are going, then thank you for being here as always. We appreciate it. This one needs to be in the weekly. Deadline March 17. Yada yada yada. Blah blah blah. Sure. There you go. Enjoy. Now I'm gonna add the stuff to. Time really starts the workflow and thinking about rendering some projects for free, depending on how long. Okay, well that's very nice. Only takes a lot of messing around sometimes because file sizes can be huge. Of course, there is Google Drive and Dropbox and whatever not. Alright. 3D Bubbles is going to haul ass. Thank you, 3D Bubbles. Hope you're happy with the critic. And I hope to see an improvement render into the on topic chat if you like to, of course. This one is for TARDIS Blue. Okay, that is fine. Basically means TARDIS Blue ain't there anymore. Which is fine. This one is a Sergey Maslov and a 3D Bubble. Seems like Discord uploads quick again. There you go. Wow, that was quick. Holy smokes. Then we have Ninja Raccoon and Berkelmeer. Which the best one is for last. I'm really wondering. I cannot be the only one that wonders how the horse and man would look like without anything else. I think it looks amazing. Alright, that is that. Let's add in the winners and ranking. Maybe something will change for today. Maybe. Alright, TARDIS Blue, number 1 is gonna get 3 points. Then you have 4 points, which are gonna go above Pyrocode and Outmind. There you go. Then we have Sergey Maslov with 2 points. Which makes it up to 5. You're gonna get above Raf. There you go. Then we have, of course, 3D Bubbles. which don't really seem to be in here by the look of it. That's okay. Also gonna get 2 points above Z. You can see 3D bubbles. Then we have Ninja Raccoon. The name looks too long to be on here, but I could be wrong. Yep. The third place is gonna get 1 point, but fair is fair. When I add a new one, it's always gonna be on top. There you go. And then the last one, who is still on top, even though it's the third place. It goes from 12 to 13, right? Yeah, okay. Ooh, so glad with Control Z. There you go. Alright, the list is getting longer and longer, which is very good. Okay, I have enjoyed myself today. On a boring day, I've enjoyed. That's very impressive. It's always fun to do these streams. Yeah, this is gonna be it. You know what to do next. Friday we're going to do another follow along. Last Friday we have been making a garden which you can put on your hat. I made a sombrero with a dome over it. I enjoyed myself a lot doing so. Yeah, someone else was joining in. I can't remember his name, but he didn't post any screenshot, which is a shame. I hope people will join up, by the way. Please. Else I'm going to cry. Where is it at? Yeah, this guy. Gardening hat with carrots. That was true. Very good. So if you want to make something amazing, just have some fun, then join me up. If not, then I won't blame you. And then I wish you already a good weekend. And thanks for being here. See you next Monday.